Fight man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, let's talk about Gervonta Tank Davis to give a review. I'll be back later to talk about it on live, hopefully. But let's get into it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And, Gervonta Tank Davis, kind of had some issues with Leo's ability to throw volume. He didn't know how to counter that volume. Leo was throwing 3 or 4 punches in a row, throwing probably even more than that, and Tank will freeze, So Tank don't know how to, slip or don't know how to counter, while his opponent is punching. But I think Leo came out there very aggressive, I think he was overconfident, but he was winning. I had him winning up maybe three rounds at one point. Like he was doing really, really well in there. His length gave Tank some problems, you know what I'm saying? And if he would have boxed, stick the move, he probably would have survived a little bit longer or won. But he was banking on Gervonta getting tired, and the game plan wasn't going. The game plan didn't like it was going there and try to win a couple rounds and avoid punishment, and then try to win down the stretch. Leo was going to war with him, working up, working down. He was going to the head. He was doing pretty much everything, and some people thought that slip was a knockdown, but it was actually more of a push than a knockdown. But Leo showed that he had some athleticism. You know what I'm saying? He showed that's really good hand speed. I think he had enough power to get Tank attention when he wasn't on the ropes, and we were sitting there and sitting down on his punches. So I don't think that was the game plan to go out there and fight Gervonta Tank Davis. But he said the boxing scene that before the fight, he said he wanted to make it a war. I know the game plan was to hit, don't get hit, but I just want to make it a war. And for Tank, Tank just came out. He wasn't expecting Santa Cruz. It took him a minute to get used to Santa Cruz speed, length, and height. And to be honest, Tank did a very smart thing in that fight. Tank went to the body, and them body shots helped Leo Santa Cruz be more stationary, and that's the key. Can you box? Can you box and stick and move for 12 rounds? But Leo was pushing the more stronger, the bigger, stronger man, the bigger puncher back. Leo showed that he got some skills, he got some heart. He was pushing Tank back. He was sticking that jab down his throat. He was overwhelming him with volume, and he was just doing anything he wanted to do personally. Leo Santa Cruz early on, and Tank really didn't have no answer. It got to the point where it got a little bit spooky on Halloween because Floyd started running from his chair, yelling advice to Gervonta Davis, and not letting his coaches do their thing. So he was worried that Gervonta was losing that fight, and what it boiled down to is, unlike some other fighters, he got the one-hitter quitter. So, people talking about he was fat, he was out of shape. Tank is kind of a slow starter. You know what I'm saying? He kind of a slow starter, and, and Leo took advantage of that. Leo should have just took the foot off the gas a little bit, took a little rest, and then came, but Tank was on him like brown on rice, brown rice. So, Leo did a good job early on. He did what he had to do. He was beating on Tank, he was punching Tank, he was boxing Tank. He was doing everything you wanted him to do against the bigger puncher. He was doing everything you wanted to do. And then, he got knocked out because he was punching off the ropes. And in that situation, Tank, didn't have the leverage on that uppercut. He was hitting Leo with the uppercut all night. And pretty much, on this situation, if you want to know why Leo got knocked out, he fought with his back off the ropes. He threw some hard punches trying to keep Tank off of him instead of tying Tank up, rolling out and resetting. Tank kind of, slipped those punches or caught those punches on the gloves. And then, he had Leo on the ropes in a position in a high guard, and Leo's guard is like that. He split the guard with the uppercut, the left uppercut, and that's why he got knocked out. Leo was fighting with his back off the ropes, and you can't do that. Straight up and down, you can't do that as a professional fighter in there with a puncher, and that's why he got knocked out. He always goes like this and hunched over, and I think the body shot started to wear Leo down. Tank is a precision puncher, hard puncher. He went religiously to the body a lot of this fight, and eventually Leo Santa Cruz found himself, not moving as much, found himself with the back on the ropes, and he ain't got the skill or the intellect to do the rope-a-dope And what Tank did, Tank could have went to the body and then ripped the uppercut. Tank found the perfect shot, hit it right in the uppercut, knocked Leo out. Everybody knew this was the outcome. Some people wanted to, complicate it and say, well, Tank is not that good, and Leo was getting knocked out. It didn't matter. It was one way or the other. He was going down on his face or on his back, or he was going to quit. And, he went out there and gave a valiant effort, but when you're there with the bigger, stronger man who going to rehydrate high, them body shots wasn't to play with. Even though a lot of those rounds I don't think Tank was winning, he kind of was putting an investment into the bank where, his body shots are just vicious. You know what I'm saying? Just real vicious. And Leo landed some shots and he swelled Tank face up. But what it ultimately boils down to when you're moving up and fight bigger guys that can punch, do you have the stamina to do so? Can you absorb the biggest punches? I mean, Leo could pick all the weights he wanted. He looked good physically last night, ripped up. But, he just couldn't deal with that. And that's the product of him not fighting nobody throughout his career. Not fighting punchers, not fighting guys that are talented as Tank. And pretty much he had more experience than Tank in his show early on. And, Tank showed that his talent, his power is going to bail him out. And, he did everything right. Tank is an underrated boxer. When you talking about a guy that, knew to put the punches to the body, to invest in the bank. A guy that knew that, eventually his opponent to slow down. But the things that Tank got to work on is, he got to learn how to, when you going to fight longer guys, he got to learn how to slip and get on the inside. You know what I'm saying? When Leo was popping him, he was backing up like that. You got to learn like Tyson, slip on the inside and deliver the body punches. He got to learn how to, punch while another opponent punches, especially a longer puncher. He going to go up to 135 and he going to see some bigger, longer guys. So he going to have to really learn how to really walk these guys down and how to, slip and get on the inside and work their body and then work that uppercut. But, where Tank go from here, I don't know. He's the regular champion, WBA champion at 35, and now he's the super WBA champion again at 130 pounds super featherweight. So personally, I don't know where he goes from here. But Leo Santa Cruz is a good question. 32 years old, just got knocked out. You finally fought an opponent that that can challenge you. And what happened here? He went to sleep. I mean, it was inevitable in this fight. Unless Tank hurt himself or he came out of shape or didn't come prepared. But Leo go from here. Hopefully retirement. After getting slept like that, I think he did end up getting up. Hopefully retirement. He's sorry. He never want to fight nobody his whole career. Doug Rigondeaux, it's karma. You went out there for the biggest payday, and if he was cashing out, well, you didn't do your best Mikey Garcia impression. At least he went out guns blazing. Mikey Garcia went out to live another day. Okay, but Tank opened him up. Body shots, uppercut. So if you want to go down to 26, be my guest. But after this, I don't want to see him fight again. He went up there and pulled a Mikey Garcia and got Amir Khan. He peeled DeKale Brook and got Kell Brooked. He went to sleep. So, I mean, whichever next they want to do for the brother, if he retire, or if not, he went to sleep. Probably still sleeping a little bit. But other than that, man, I don't know where Leo go from here. Hopefully it's retirement. But the rest of the card I can break down. I'll talk about a lot later on live. You had Mario Barrios, who had a tough fight with Ryan Carl, and he knocked Ryan Carl out. I think Isaac Cruz, they didn't show that fight. I think he knocked Diego Magadon out. And then Regis Prograis beat Juan Hernandez in a really, really one-sided fight. Juan was talking all this stuff. Regis ain't the best that he's seen. And some people was asking if Regis would have made the weight. Would he would have got the knockout? Yeah, I think he would have got the knockout. He said after the fight that, I guess the bubble didn't have all his amenities to make the weight. But he said it's no excuse. Everybody else made the weight. When he said that, maybe him being out a year, that may be a factor cutting that weight as well, too. But he knocked out Juan Hernandez, and, congratulations to him. He knocked him out. I never seen Juan fight to my knowledge, but you can tell it was just two different fighters, and there was a world-class fighter, and there was a TMT Money Team fighter, and Juan Hernandez, and he got clipped tonight, and, he talked all that junk, and then, Regis made easy work, and Regis was just picking his shots, taking his time. Hernandez can really never get his pressure going, and Regis clipped him like in 2 or 3 rounds, so it didn't really surprise me, but it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links are in the description. Appreciate everybody who who do donate, best way to donate, share the video. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button. Excuse me. You want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Other than that, appreciate the love, support, and I'm trying to think of something that I can't really think of what I was about to say. But I'll be back live, and I'll have a new UI review as well. So check out the Fight Prediction playlist. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time, we gone.